The bear, the symbolism in worship. The bear is considered to be a symbol of primitive brute force. The bear was an incarnation of the Norse god Odin, and the Viking berserker warriors clothed themselves in bearskin tunics. In Greece, the cult followers of Artemis dressed as bears, and the bear is linked with many other warlike divinities, including the Norse god Thor and the Celtic god of thunder. To the Ainu of North Japan and the Native Americans, the bear is an ancestral figure, being the closest relatives to humans, as the bear can also walk on two legs. It is also linked with resurrection symbolism, perhaps because of its hibernation. The bear is viewed as a dark power in Christian and Islamic traditions, cruel, lustful, vengeful, greedy, a representation of the sin of gluttony, as it is represented in Western art. Bear worship, also known as bear cult or arctolatry, is a religious practice of worshiping of bears found in many North Eurasian ethnic religions such as the Sami, Nivkh, Ainu, Basques, Germanics, Slavs, and Finns. There are also a number of deities from Celtic Gaul and Britain associated with bears. The Dacians, Thracians, and Getians were known for worshiping bears and annually celebrated a bear dance festival. The bear is featured in many totems throughout North American cultures that carve totems. The Neanderthals were thought to have worshipped the cave bear, and ancient bear bones have been discovered in several different cave sites and believed to be by archaeologists as evidence of bear culture during as far back as the Paleolithic period. Bears were the most worshipped animals in the ancient Slavs, and during the pagan times it was associated with the god Volos, who is the patron of domestic animals. Slavic folklore describes a bear as a totem, personifying a male, father, husband, or a fiancé. Legends about a turnskin bears also appears, as it was believed that humans could be turned into bears for bad behavior. In Finnish pagan culture, the bear was considered a taboo animal, and literally the word meaning bear was a taboo word that was not spoken. It is believed that calling a bear by its true name was an act to summon the bear. Bear hunting and killing a bear was followed by a ceremony intended to show that the bear would be an honored guest instead of a slaughtered animal, and that its death was an accident, all in order to not anger the bear's spirit. The skull of the bear was hung in a tree, which was venerated itself as a totem. Bears in Korean mythology. According to legend, Eun-gao, which literally means bear woman, was a bear who turned herself into a woman and gave birth to Dan-gun, who was the founder of the first Korean Empire. Gojoshian. Bears were revered as a motherly figure and a symbol of patience. The Bear Festival is a religious festival celebrated by the indigenous Nivkh in Russia's Far East. For the Nivkh, a shaman would preside over the Bear Festival, celebrated in winter between January and February. Bears were often captured and raised in corrals for several years by local women, treating the bears like a child. The bear is considered a sacred earthly manifestation of the Nivkh ancestors and were considered to be the gods in a mortal form. During the festival, the bear is dressed in a specifically made ceremonial costume and offered a banquet to take back to the realm of gods to show the benevolence of the clans. After the banquet, the bear is killed and eaten in an elaborate religious ceremony. For the Ainu, the people who lived on the select islands in the Japanese archipelago, they call the bear Kamui, and in their language it translates to mean God. And while many other animals were considered to be gods in their culture, the bear is the head of all the gods.